Oh, excuse me. Unscheduled live stream. Just thought I'd come on and touch base with everybody and let everybody know that I wasn't gone and I didn't fall off the planet and I wasn't abducted. Yeah. Told y'all all the important stuff. Heck, I don't know. I think the notification time's running at 45 seconds, I believe is what somebody said. I don't know how bad my lag is or anything. Hey, Vision Quest Outdoors, Ted and Carol and Killdeer. How is life? How is life in the Flint mines? And Ted, I don't know what you do. Killdeer is a fish farmer. He farms fishes. He farms spoonbills. Ah. I actually had an idea about what I wanted to talk about, and then I talked to my daughter on the phone, and I forgot what it was. Not really. I know what it was. I hope I don't get ulcer from taking them stupid things. But I only take them when I have to. Which, if I take them every day like I'm supposed to, my pain level is a lot more tolerable. But then I have to worry about the stomach and everything else. So, hey, Rachel, how long is it going to take you to get over your stomach ulcer? Their Vision Quest. That annoying your daughter is always fun. I asked my daughter a question about something, and she started explaining. It was about a car. She started explaining to me the problems with the car. Oh, ow! Sorry about that, Vision Quest. And she went full back into her southern accent. She sounded so sweet. How's Lance doing? He's growing fat. Where y'all feed that kid? I forgot to bring it in. I should go get it, honestly. I got my granddaughter a sucker when I was in New Mexico. It's a banana sucker with a scorpion in it. They took the stinger off, but I'm going to let her eat that in front of her mom. Oh, you ain't letting him have cinnamon rolls just because he doesn't want to eat? That's awfully dictatorial of you. Yeah. Sooner or later, I think parents get to stop worrying about their kids. I don't know when that is. It's not sooner. That's for sure. I got a lot. Let me see if I can pull up the comments. because this is why I actually want to talk about um, the video I put up earlier today um, on about homelessness. Well, the homeless people, not necessarily homelessness, but there's been like, Carol, was it like in Amarillo? I mean, are there a bunch of homeless people up there? I don't know. Trey Ezel, he just put this up 27 minutes ago. I haven't noticed any larger amount of homelessness in Jackson when I've had to go there, but I don't go there often. And then have a good weekend, cuz. Um, and then Keith is talking about there's more of them in Indiana. And it got worse when the church closed their doors to them because and that does happen. The homeless people either take advantage of or flat steal from the church. And but Ben Out of Shape says it's a real thing in Northern California. Grandson of Kong is saying Portland has gotten pretty bad and gotten worse. And Kenneth H says that the homeless population in Austin seems to have exploded. Same with Dallas. C103 says they even got them in a couple of in the small town there. He says he hasn't noticed it got worse, but they've been there a while. Abrivas says they're almost under almost every bridge in Austin. And then Jeffrey Holmes, and yeah, you look for where the stuff's happening in the city. That's where, in the cities where stuff's happening, that's where the homeless people are going to be. And they really don't, some of them, there are a few of them out there that would really like to get back on their feet. Most of them really don't want to, honestly. And I'll get to that comment here in a minute. Most folks would be surprised every time you see a patch of woods near a major highway. This is H&X. Highway interchange, you can bet your life that there are homeless camps in there. Woods behind major shopping plazas and big box stores that sell food is the same way. Been that way for the last 20 years in this area. I mean, the question is it getting worse? And it's easy to miss them because this is Ted. Simonis, because people want to. It's not right, but they just drive by. People lost everything, and the politics is that if they don't say anything, that the media doesn't show it. Yes, here where it's warm, we get a lot. In high desert, this is just the tip of the iceberg. And he's right. Once the evictions start rolling out, it's going to get way worse. And Uman, yes, I got a new camera. It's on my fancy $1 piss Wes off phone. I have not seen an increase in homeless encampments around me. He's in the Chicago area. Team Poco. Don't forget that you have been there before. I understand you're just getting information. And that's the thing. The homeless population that was there before all this started, those are the homeless. That 95% of those people have chosen that. If you run a poll on them and you ask them questions, you're going to get maybe 50-50 that are honest with you. 50 of them are going to say, No, I don't want the help. And then and 48% of them are going to be lying to you, saying they would like to help. What they want a place warm and dry to keep living the life they're living. And it's the life they're living that's got them where they're at. Plain and simple. There's some of them out there, quite a few of them, but not nearly the percentage of the homeless population that you would think. The noticeable ones, the reason everybody thinks it is because the noticeable ones are the ones that have psychological issues. But not the majority of them. You know, some of them have burnt all their bridges and they just can't go home. Or they don't think, well, they would have to swallow too much pride to go home for a bunch of them. Some of them, they honestly can't go home because of their, some people just don't know how to forgive and forget. Well, maybe he likes that, Rachel. I would think, because there's not running water in the streets and stuff up there. It may just be that we happen to be driving where there were bridges by water and stuff, so it just looked insane to me how many there were. Actually, from what I understand, Mark, not that many of them. Because homeless people are pretty savvy. There were places to stay warm in Houston. So, and there were, I'm sure there were a few of them, but hey, Rob. And Billy, and who else have I not said hi to that come in here? I was talking to Mark. I don't know if I said hi or not. There's Will with Just in Time Prepping. So y'all got, and see, I figured in New England it would start faster than anywhere else, Vision Quest, honestly. Hell, there ain't many people in Nebraska, period, Will. There's not really much of a draw, I'm just saying. Trying to make sure I didn't miss saying hi to anybody. People get your failures hurt when you don't say hi to them. If I haven't said hi to you and there's Timo, without rule of law, Robert Moore. Nah, I don't think we're going to Waffle House in the morning, mostly because I forgot to tell anything to my wife about it, but I don't think she wants to drive. What is it? How long does it take to get to Amarillo? I don't think she wants to do a 9-hour round trip just for waffles so she can hug Chipper. I tried to give him a hug for you, honey, but he wouldn't take it. By the way, I just want you to know that. Right now, he can't talk even if he's in. He isn't driving right now. He'll head out about 1 o'clock, I guess. 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, so he's probably asleep right now. So if anybody wants me to say anything to Chipper, just type it over here in the chat, and we'll say it to him, unless it's totally off color, and unless it's really bad, and then we just won't do that. And Rob, that Pinus, that comment you made about the campers and stuff, when I saw the tents, I was like, wow, people are pretty tough up here. They camp out in the cold. And then I realized that those weren't campers. So, still want to know what that guy was burning in the street or sidewalk, on the sidewalk. Did you type something in the chat or actually say something out loud? You. Okay, well, everybody's saying hi. So, there you go. Okay, that's fine. What's this? What's this? Ain't know nothing about no meetup. Oh, is that? Oh, Thursday. Never mind. Duh. Anyways, what am I thinking of? The fact that I really wish this headache could go away. I was homeless for a while in the late 70s, early 80s. Stretching that far makes it actually a pretty long time. And because there's different levels of homelessness. I mean, parts of the time I was literally living in cardboard boxes, under bridges, in surplus tents, you know, and I know what it's like to stay in missions and in Salvation Armies. And honestly, if I wound up homeless again, I would do the same thing everybody else does. I would use the Salvation Army for a place to take a shower, and that's it. You can. There's so many people packed into the little rooms there, or whatever, or into the rooms that I mean, you can't get any sleep, because if you go to sleep, the guy next to you is not going to go to sleep, and you're not going to have anything in the morning. Well, that's the way it was back then. I had my kit stole twice, and that's literally your entire world. What did I miss over here? Um, oh, it's the t-shirt thing. Okay. In the drop down below this video, there's a link to the t-shirt, my t-shirt store. Just go in there and order it from right there, and then Sudoku will take care of all the shipping and everything. So, Hey, Walter Davis, and Sid's dad came in here apparently, and Allspa, somebody said hi to him. And there's my, I guess I could put the link in there my own self. The Because I sell them through my store. It's just easier that way. Hold on, let me close that. Hold on, this is probably going to get awkward. I'm opening my own live stream again. It's probably going to play an ad before it lets me do anything. Cállate, culero.
Besides, tomorrow I'll probably have to go check on my office. Probably can't go too far anyway.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you make sure that it's not, y'all haven't become the new storage tank.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Yeah.
See if that takes you to the store, Rachel. And like I said, I mean, they can do the whole thing from there, and bada boom, bada bing. They ship it right to you. I went to, and that's I think homelessness is going to get a lot more prevalent, and it's going to be. I hate the term real homeless. It's going to be people that haven't made the choice to be out there. If you're a drug addict and you're living on the street, you've chose to be on the street. All you got to do to get off the street is quit the drugs. This that easy. Well, it's not easy, but you can do it. Yeah, there's a lot of those people don't have to be there. Quit voting Democrat. Quit letting them open the borders and bring people in here. Quit being that Republican that hires illegal immigrants. I do not see him in here. Well, hello, Tony, that I can't see in the. I'm still not getting all the chats. Oh, there he is. He came in a long time ago. Hey, Tony. Tony Schwager. But anyway, I got a sneaky feeling that real home, what I consider to be real, I mean, people that are out on the street, which the second time I was homeless, that was me. It wasn't by choice. Nothing I did wound up with no place to live. I mean, it was me in a car. I had a car that I had running and stuff, but it had no tags or anything. Ha ha ha. Yeah, it's like a habit of mine. Had a friend help me get the tags put on it. He let me couch surf a couple of nights, but his wife wasn't having no more of that. So he took me down and got tags, but didn't have an inspection sticker, so I still had to be real careful about driving it.
race.
Yeah, I guess they're all out there ordering T-shirts now.
Mushroom Swiss cheeseburgers for dinner. That sounds good.
Those really are good. Mushroom burgers. But, and I don't know that there's going to be anything we can do about a lot of the people that are going to wind up out there. And I honestly, I kind of think some of it's by design. If you can make, a fourth of the population believe that the reason they lost their home is because of the previous president, and then you fix it to where they get to keep their home or get another home or a place to live or free government housing or whatever. Instant hero status. Well, Rachel, you need to get a hold of Rob. I wasn't getting in there. I'm not being that guy in the middle of the who's going to do the what's a hoots. Been there before. I hate it. Hey, Trey. Trey's just going to build all them homeless people, bamboo houses. On his neighbor's property. And if you've never been in one of those shelters, just go to Florida and get in trouble and get thrown in the stockade for a weekend. It's the same thing. Exactly the same thing. I've been in both places, and it's the same shit. Well, the stockade, you can't get up and walk out the next morning. I don't know if I'll ever eat another goose. The last time I had goose, it was disgusting. Or I thought it was. Tell them what you think. Tell them what you think about homeless people. See? They ain't got no place to stay. They should learn to be more like cats.
Mud and bamboo, we've had so much rain.
Show everybody your scar. Show them your battle wound. Oh, you can't see it. You're so fuzzy. Anybody want this cat? I don't even like this cat. I'm thinking about throwing this cat in the garbage.
Whatever.
Why? This cat's broke. She's not good for nothing. White cats. There's your scar. I can feel it. Can't believe you got shot, stupid. Seriously, she's for sure. Free to go home. And put you in a box, send you to Hawaii. You need to get a tune-up. Got a bad valve on cylinder number 7. Which is odd considering you're a 3-cylinder cat. I mean, she's used or whatever. She's only got like 7 lives left, so I don't know if you really want her.
We got hammer here tonight. I think she means they got the storm. They got hammered.
Oh, did y'all get some? Did you get rain at your house, Robert? More, not more. Painless?
How about the tornado?
Was that tornado at your house, Rob? Hey, Rob, are you still there? Started the rope. Rarero, probably. Oi, now my phone's gonna blow up. They just out wherever? I mean, is that like private property? Wow. I'm getting emails now too. Oh, my daughter. We're still trying to help my daughter get a car. Sorry, my wife took me to the cafe and she set me down and she let me order food. And then she said, "You're not getting up until you eat all of that." Because she said something about starving kids in Ethiopia and said, "I would eat that cobbler." She didn't care how much it hurt. Well, fry the chicken.
Walter's out.
Are you leaving, Walter? Annoying. All right, you go get over it, sweetie pie. I didn't see where Walter said he was having to leave. Anyway. Oh, there he is. I'm going to sleep. Good night, all. I thought it was more exciting than that, Walter. It is kind of late. I was going to start earlier, but then
He didn't.
what's my take on life sucking? Better than an alternative. If you're not alive, you're dead.
Life doesn't suck.
It doesn't. Not really. I mean, there's
If
stuff.
your life sucks, you need to change it.
Yeah, it's changed your life. I mean, right now I'm hating fried catfish and cherry cobbler pretty bad. But that'll be over in the morning. And then come next Friday, I will be in love with fried catfish and cobbler again. I would have been fine if I hadn't ate them daggum French fries. I forgot to tell them not to put the French fries on the plate. All right, Trey. Shelter in. So I should just stay home. Is that what you're saying? Don't go eat. And actually, let me think. I was reflecting on yesteryear when I was young, girl. I can show you pictures, but that's not what got me started thinking about it. It's a long story anyway. When I was coming out of going through my second divorce, I had gone to a revival, and there was, this guy was telling it, and the guy preaching he'd spent 20 something years in prison. He got religion in prison. But anyway, he was telling all these stories and everything. And I started using his sermon to kind of like gauge my own life, and that's actually what got me into got me to give rehab, drug treatment one more try. And but that got me started, thinking about all that. It got me started thinking about my life, all of it, not just the good parts or the bad parts, but all of it. You know, Mrs. S is my third wife. And I try to make jokes about my ex-wives and stuff like that, but I couldn't have hated them that much. Ask them to marry me. Okay. And I've got a kid with each one of them. So times couldn't have been that horrible. As a matter of fact, if I think back, I can think of a lot of good times. Now, in the divorces and stuff, oh well, the first one I treated like a party, but that's because I was 19 and a jerk. So, the next one, I took it pretty hard, but even with all the really negative aspects of the things that I've gone through in my life, I've been drug out of pickups, beat down by 3 and 4 guys. One time it was 3, one time it was 4, another time it was 3. I used to have a really hard time keeping my mouth shut. And I thought I was a little tougher than I actually was. And I've always run alone. So, anyway, life's never been easy. So if you want to say life can be hard, I'll back you up 100%. But for every bad thing that's gone down in my life, I can think of 10, 20, 30 positive things. I got a son that haven't got the hug in over a year because he's doing 25 years in prison. And I have to remind myself every time we have to, like, we don't have to, every time we decide to get, put money on his books or drive forever to go spend an hour and a half visiting with him when we could do that. How ecstatic I was that I could drive my butt to that prison and hug my boy in his little prison uniform. Because they could have just as easy shot him. And I'd have been able to visit his grave any damn time I wanted to. So, yeah. It's all in how you look at it. Don't let it rough you up. This attitude towards drugs and deciding to be homeless and stuff, we were brainwashing our kids into thinking like that back in the 80s and 90s. And if you don't believe me, just go listen to the music. It's Sweet Pea Rob.
Rob left.
Okay, Rob, seen a bit. Sweet Pea there. She was playing around with winding up homeless for a while. She got her head out of her butt though. Well, stop drinking, Sin.
And
Or C and 3, however you say that.
I think Sid's dad.
Sid's dad. Why did Sid's dad ask me? Oh. Sid's dad, I hope you people are ready for a sermon. Sid's dad asked the question. It's my favorite question ever. When I was in my teenage years, early teenage years, I decided I didn't like people, and I started having all kinds of trouble and this, that, and everything else. And then yada, yada, yada. Wound up dropping out of school, working full time. Thought I was independent and this, that, and everything else. Might have started drinking some because I was working full time. And where I was from, if you had a full time job, you was a man. They didn't care what the law said about the drinking age or nothing like that. If you were a man, you're a man. So anyway, long story short, I may and may not have got a little overwhelmed at an early age and stole my boss man's pickup. Maybe. Might have done that, but probably not. He got it back. I paid to replace all of his tools and stuff. Anyways, I decided I wasn't going to go home. And that's how I wound up homeless the first time. It was 18 months. Living out of a backpack, which when I started, I had a pair of gloves. I had my work gloves, a jacket, my ID, just what was in me. Because I'm serious, I was at work and decided, you know what, screw this, I'm leaving. It was just like I snapped one day. And anyway, I was in El Paso, Texas. This is, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 days into my ordeal. And walked into a Baptist mission church. That was, I was hungry. I'm going there for nothing else. I was hungry. But the deal was, if you'd sat through the sermon, you got to eat. And I sat through the sermon. And it was like that guy was telling my life story. And that's when I came to know Jesus Christ, was in El Paso, Texas, at the ripe old age of 17 in a Baptist mission church. And that was actually doing outreach to the homeless. My conversion lasted all of 2 days. And then I was drunk again and all over the country. I traveled all over this country. Did all kinds of stupid stuff, things y'all will never know about, things I'm not going to talk about in here because my daughter's in here. And then after almost getting killed the second time, and to me, almost getting killed means if, a high-speed projectile goes through your clothing or barely misses your skull or any of that kind of crap, you nearly got killed. So, or if you get bashed in the side of the head with a rock the size of a coconut, that'll do it too. But anyway, kind of down on my luck, called my mom, and one of the first things she wanted to know was, because I called her after I gave my life to Jesus in the mission, and she goes, "Well, son, what have you been doing? Do you know Jesus or not?" That was all she was worried about, was whether or not I was really saved. So, I guess I got a little bit of jailhouse, whatever. But when I got back home to my mom and got everything straightened out and paid the restitution, all that stuff, went back to work in farming. Then I went to the oil field. But that's all I did for the next I don't know, several years, was jump around from church to church trying to find what I had at that mission. Now this is very condensed and all over the place. I usually tell this story a lot better. But I never felt the same inside. I never felt okay with the stuff I was doing. Before I went in down to the front at that church in El Paso, I didn't care. And then after after that, I did. I was like, wait, this is wrong. I knew what was right and wrong after that, literally. But I couldn't stop myself from doing the wrong stuff. Does that make sense? And after my first divorce, I twisted off big time on church and everything. And I had the same thing where I felt, I knew that what I was doing wasn't right. But I kept telling myself I didn't care. I was going to do it anyway. I went. jumped over into this really big self-destructive phase. And actually was still in that when I met my second wife. But my second wife was a Christian. Not as devout as most, but not nearly as hypocritical as the rest of them. So, while drinking and dancing and having a good time, we would also have to go to church with either her parents or her grandmother on Sundays. So I cleaned up my act quite a bit. Matter of fact, my act got cleaned up so much. Well, still wasn't perfect. Because I quit denying the Holy Ghost in me again. A lot of people don't realize once you really get saved, the Holy Ghost comes in. There's no stopping it. And anyway, I stopped denying the Holy Ghost, and it got better. And finally wound up getting baptized into the Disciples of Christ. The church was on 50th Street in Lubbock. And anyway, one side of the coin, it changed. I changed too much after that, I think. But for that relationship to stick together. Anyway, everything, to answer your question, Sid's dad, everything that has ever happened in my life has never done anything but further convince me of the existence of an all-powerful God and the love that him and his son have for me. There's no way of freaking denying it. And after I got baptized, it was stronger than ever. Now, I chased a lot of doctrines after that to get to where I am now, realizing that doctrine don't amount to shit. Last couple of verses in Ecclesiastes, couple of Psalms, couple of Proverbs, and the Gospel of John, and you ought to be able to get to heaven. It's pretty simple. If you can't get to heaven with that, it's because you're making excuses to not go. Was I always a saint? No. Was it always my fault? No. I was always coerced. It was always my friends that got me in trouble. If it had been up to me, I'd been the perfect little person. Was actually my mom's favorite. I can't blame my behavior on anybody else. Wish I could make life a lot easier. I was not always this likable guy, just for the record. But I've never been the guy that's going to lie to you about who I am either. Well, that's up to you, seeing through the end. I mean, um, that is also my take, which comes out of the book of John, or the Gospel of John. Your salvation is between you and God. It's none of my business. I mean, it's literally your choice. It's not mine. It's your choice. It's not God's. It's your choice. It's not Christ's. It's yours. So, all the power to you, man. Libertarian all the way. If it's good for you, it's good for you, as long as it don't hurt me. It don't hurt me none at all. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever should believe in him shall not perish, but would have everlasting life. And the most important one is, he sent his Son not into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. And the next one, I'm going to have to paraphrase this one. It is not he that condemns the world, but the world that condemns itself, because the world saw that there was light and rather chose darkness. It's up to us. We've heard the truth. We know the truth. It's up to you which way you go. If all you want to be is a good person, and who cares who gets credit for it? I'd a whole lot rather tell everybody I was a good person because God told me to be, and go to heaven, than tell everybody I was a good person because I wanted to be and go to hell. Yeah. Oh, and FYI, my daughter's not real good on people being down and out. So, yeah, she means to hug you and punch you in the face, and then she'll hug you again and then probably punch you in the face. She hits really hard too, by the way. Landing before your duty is, man. That's out of context. It is the sole duty of man to do the will of God. That's Ecclesiastes. Feel free to read them out loud and put some videos up, brother. Hey, Aaron. How's life in Oregon? How many homeless people you got up there, brother? Like a lot of them? Okay, Sweet Pea, you BRB. Don't you be going and getting no brass knuckles. Um, like I said, we'd be more than happy for you to put them on your own channel there, brother. Yeah. Uh, we were talking when we went on that trip. We were talking about the first things we shot or whatever when we were kids or something. And my first kill was a sparrow, little house sparrow that has the bug in its mouth. And I told him how my mom was like, "Oh yeah, he was fixing to take his baby something to eat," and then it just like tore me up. And every time I read that passage of scripture, I'm like, "Dang it!" Because that bird with the little grasshopper in his mouth comes right back into my memory. It's a bright green grasshopper, man. It was a good shot too, man. In the eyeball, out the top of the skull. That bird just didn't stand a chance. He wasn't even able to open his mouth to let go of the grasshopper. It's a good shot. Hey, Ron. You don't know how many times I fought down doing that skit, man. Hey, Ron. And you're going to start making fun of. You're going to do it. It's not fair. Have y'all met Sweet Pea? She's funny.
She's telling I'm killed there now.
Oh, are y'all having emoji wars over there in the real chat? I don't get the emojis over here.
She put a cat up while ago, and as soon as she did, Kelsey put up a bone there.
Oh, that's messed up.
Then you laugh.
It's I actually write poetry. But I don't. I've published actually. I put a few of them on Facebook. But hey, that's Robert Moore knows what I'm talking about. I love that. Hey, Ron. It's Aaron. I love those guys. Those guys are fun. But I can't watch them anymore because I'm white, and if I watch them, then I'm being racist because I'm laughing at black people. They're very sad now and conflicted. We'll get another emoji. Oh, nice. He's shooting another one. There we go. Give him something bigger to shoot at. Gonna make him hit his chin on something.
Is he in Europe or something?
I guess he's got to be in Europe. It's either, well, it can be 6 a.m. yesterday or tomorrow. So, depending on what part of the planet you're on. He could be in Australia. Ish. No, Australia would be close to, it would be afternoon. He'd have to be, where would the AM be? Yeah, he'd have to be in Europe. You're right. Third. He'd have to be, yeah, he'd have to be in Europe. All right, CN3. Yeah, it's Saturday. Is it already Saturday in Australia? Oh, Billigan, serious. How the heck did he do that? That's probably the neatest emoji that's ever come across. Um,
Hey, can you?
hey, Abe. That was probably, he was probably, the age probably CN3. They're probably the same person. He's just sneaking. What time is it there, Abe? It's like 6:30. I might put all of my poetry in a journal one day. But I should actually probably write the stuff down in a journal. That way, maybe when I croak, I'll be famous, and then my kids can sell my journal to some publisher. Probably not. But excuse me. Oh, it's probably that hush puppy I ate. Might have been the hush puppy. Well, where the heck is 6 a.m. then? If it's 4:30 there, where's 6 a.m. at?
Belgium is where it's from, wherever.
Oh, okay. Adam sneak in here. You know, these people wait until the hour mark to come in here when I'm all like talked out. Sid's dad made me do my testimony type thing. Now I'm tired. Trey, everybody moves their clocks in the spring. They have to. Because you don't leave your bed in the same place during the spring or the winter and the summer, do you? I have to move it because that in the summer the sun comes in that one window too long. It wakes me up too early. I just playing. I just made that up. I don't. Uh, I remember we used to move furniture way too much. Not here, but when I was a kid, it was like, okay, time to play musical furniture. What? I'm drinking Dr. Pepper so you people can leave me alone about drinking Coca-Cola. Ooh, y'all want to see my present? This is my bonus for going on that trip. That's it. It's got a rabbit on it. It's Derringer Straight Bourbon Whiskey, finished in PX sherry casks. 93 proof. I had some of this up there at the Speakeasy or whatever. This stuff is good. No ice. No nothing. It needs nothing. This needs a glass. This is really good stuff. And knowing that it's got good, I don't know how long it's going to take me to pop that seal. But Mr. 66, thank you, sir. This is really good. So, time change triggers fire detector battery replacement, usually. And we're actually on daylight savings time now, right? So we'll spring forward into normal time. The only reason they used to do that is so it would get light earlier. Who what? It's smooth on the front, it's smooth on the back. It's almost got that other one that we drank at the Speakeasy or whatever. It's actually it's done in grape barrels or wine barrels or something like that, and it's got a fruity end on it. I would be hard to pick between it and this rabbit. I would be hard pressed. One of them, I believe, one of them was whiskey and one of them was bourbon.
If we get a package in the mail in the next few days, just open it up really quick and we'll be okay.
Okay.
Lance was being a turd, so she said she was going to ship him to me.
Oh, okay. It's like, why do we have to open the package real quick? I guess he's going to need air now. How that explains. And the answer is no.
I already told you that's fine.
What are we going to do with a spoiled rotten little Hawaiian? So I just use them as an excuse to go on a road trip to the zoo. You know, they will not let you in the zoo with a rifle. I told them they were stifling my creativity and my rights as a hunter. They did not want to hear it. All my tobacco fell out of my cigarette. You'll have to bear with me. Well, you don't have to, but I'm going to ask y'all to bear with me while I put it back in. Who in here likes hunting? Not necessarily, you don't have to necessarily be passionate about it, but who in here appreciates the hunt? You know, the actual finding the animal and shooting it. Not, nothing wrong with blind hunting or whatever. That's hunting. But
Wes, I'll send him with candy.
that'll work. Chocolate. Just pack him in there with chocolate. That way he won't starve. And when you put something on the bill of lading, that's what you can put down, chocolate. Chocolate and Jello. Can you even get something overnighted from Hawaii? That would be tricky. So you washed him before you put him in the box. Good plan. Oh, really? See, I like pheasant hunting. I like quail. Quail hunting's hard work if you don't have a dog, by the way. Well, I like bird hunting. I ain't any good at it. I do like deer hunting a lot. I like hog hunting a lot. And I probably don't do it right. I'm honestly not that big into killing. I don't like to. I don't know if I could be those guys. If I was getting paid to do it or something like that, but sneaking out into a pasture at night with a semi-automatic rifle and popping 15 or 20 hogs in one field, driving to the next one, I don't think I would enjoy that. I don't. I can see why it needs to be done, but that's not hunting, that's killing. And most of the guys are honest about it. They say, we're out killing hogs. So, and that's why a lot of guys cheat during quail season and trap them, which I detest. I hate it when I hate people that trap quails. I mean, dude, we feed quail here. We put out extra. Well, we used to when we had them. Got rid of all the feral cats and the foxes. And got quail back. And that's the only thing I don't like about that treed up area behind me. It's only trees for a ways. There was another patch of trees down the road about half a mile, which is nothing for a fox, but that patch of trees led to a pasture that had a draw running through it. So it just made more sense for those guys to go through that draw to do their business. But when they pushed all the trees down, everything lost its bedding area. So now we're having to deal with them again. Well, yeah, a lot of people trap hogs around here, but it's a big thing now to get night vision scopes or whatever and go out, because you can get within 50, 75 yards of hogs at nighttime because they don't think you can see them. And, you know, to them at night, you know, you're 75 yards away, they're not worried about you. So you set it up, you turn on your thermal scope and, you know, pick your poison and start popping, and you've got 30 rounds. So you shoot until they're all dead, or until you run out of ammo, whichever comes first. Feral hogs taste good. I've had a couple of the boars that came out disgusting. They had the boar taint or whatever, but I've learned the trick on that. The boars that I've killed that were away from the herd were fine. They weren't all pumped full of hormones because of the females. That boar taint will get in there if they're around females because they're full of male hormones because they're all pumped up and horny. The end. So. Well, the first boar paint I got was in a little boar that was probably 55, 60 pounds. It was so strong I thought I'd busted a gut on him, but it wasn't. It was just the you know, he was running with a bunch of sows. Sure, sweet pea. Now around here they use helicopters. Um, Flying fast and low, and use 12 gauge buckshot. Not since that. I've never seen the Texas. If you get a 250, 300 pound, you're doing pretty good. Doing real good, actually. Most of the big ones, what we consider big around here, are 180, 200, you know, 220. I've killed the biggest one I ever took was a sow.
What was that one that little teenage girl killed last year out here by Poland? Wasn't it about 9?
Oh, that's right. That one that was stealing that was getting into the grain bins. But he was just fat. They've got some down on Chimney Creek that are that big because the pigs have figured out how to open the bulk feeders. That I saw, or I've seen hogs out there on Chimney Creek that were, 400 pounds or better. But a couple of them had figured out they could climb up that or do the front leg up that pole thing and grab that rope and pull. And get feed. So they were getting bulk feed out of that overhead grain bin. It don't take long for them to put on weight like that. And some of it, whether or not I want to eat the hog, depends on where it's from. Same, with turkey, depending on you know what? I'm gonna do that to the back of my head now. I like the way the front looks. What'd you do that for? Not even close to that in the front. Thank you, young lady. Was just bragging about how pretty your hair was getting. Very few people do. Casey, I don't know if anybody's seen it or not. I didn't get a haircut. I got the top of it trimmed out of my face. I want people to freak out. Don't want you Californians to think I got rid of what everybody's calling my man bun. So, I hate to lose all my street credit over there on the West Coast. All right, Rachel, have a good night. Well, that's TMI, Rachel. Oh, like a video game. Okay. I didn't know. Anyways, I didn't get off here too. I was just gonna go live for about an hour, but then people showed up at the hour mark, so I figured I'd stay in, hang out with y'all. Still working on videos. Most of what I'm doing is working on a place. I wish I could find pictures of my boys. They didn't get a haircut until the school made us. Should have just homeschooled them. If we'd have kept their hair long, we could have wove their sweaters. They never would have had to buy clothes. I mean, my two boys running around the front yard with their hair, slapping them in the ass as they're running. It's my favorite VHS. I actually have it on video. We're peaceful. Well, I'm peaceful too. Like peaceful as in my stupid butt got out of bed at 5:30 this morning for no reason.
When I went back
We're having sleeping problems here. For starters, Mrs. S wore out the mattress.
Yeah.
She's always getting up on it and jumping up and down. She like does jumping jacks and handstands and like I'll go in there and she's trying to do trampoline somersaults and stuff on it. Wants to know why it's all broke down. I don't know. Or it could be that we tried one of those gel-filled, super not sweaty mattress tops, and it was really good for the first, 14, 15 months. It was a good mattress. But when they start to go, they go, and then the next thing you know, whatever part is heaviest sinks all the way to the bottom. So you got to work tomorrow. You can't work tomorrow. There's a gun show. Oh wait, not where you're at, just where I'm at. I got to help my wife do some chores before I go to the gun show, anyways. Oh man. Night, Adam. Yes, ma'am. Getting my hair down out of that ponytail though, it eased my headache up a lot, honestly. So I'm not sad about it. I like it when I put it when it's this cut. I can put it in a ponytail and looking straight on. You just think I'm unkept. There's a big gun show at the Rattlesnake Roundup this weekend here, Robert. Start driving, Biddy. You can be here by tomorrow. Look at all you people with these things you got to do. Your 2 part-time jobs tomorrow, yeah. Wife's got to work extra hard to keep me in the fashion to which I have become accustomed. She does not want to risk leaving a trophy husband like this. She's got to make sure I can afford my Cheetos and my Pop-Tarts. I'm seriously tempted to pop the top on that. But I think I'll do that with friends. I'd rather do it with friends. Complaining. I thought he got his own truck. What, you grown? Hey, Miguel, man, you got here just in time for me to sign off. It's been a really, really long day for me. I actually feel accomplished, though. I got a lot of stuff done. There are some shortages in Texas, by the way. It's not as bad as these people on the YouTubes and stuff are making it out. So everybody calm down, just in case you're wondering. The fuel shortage is just because there's not enough fuel. So it's a more of a supply and demand thing. They're having to pay more to get the fuel this far. So right now, I mean, our fuel prices are stupid high. And we're blessed in the fact that we have that refinery right there. So we've got a little bit of relief as far as supply and demand. But for the first time that I can remember, fuel is actually higher in Lubbock than it is in Scurry County. And that caught me way off guard. It didn't get to the price it was in Lubbock. What was it, Monday? Until today. So Sunday. It didn't get to the Lubbock prices here that it was Sunday until today. So I don't know what the prices are in Lubbock. But they'll get all them refineries fixed. They'll be back online, and hopefully the prices will drop a little bit. So we'll see. So, yeah, but it's cheaper than it is here. Oh, it's $2.70. What? $2.70 a gallon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's just the beginning. Our money is fixing to be, the cost of gasoline did not go up. The purchasing power of the dollar fell. The purchasing power of your dollar will continue to fall. I hope not too many of y'all put money in silver and gold. Because if you have $1,000 worth of gold today, and the value of that gold is $2,000 tomorrow, your gold and silver is still worth the exact same amount. It just means that you can only buy half as much stuff with it.
Steve asked if you got your camping gear sorted out yet.
Oh, for the video, no. I need to do that. I had my bag. I rigged my bag and took it with me, but I didn't do a video of it. I'll do that. Don't ever forget. I do need to finish going through a lot more of it though. Okay, that's it. That's yawn number 3. It's not about how many dollars you got. It's about what you can buy with the dollars you got. That's real science. So, love you people. Still love. Do not die. I'll see y'all tomorrow night after the BA's thing. Why are you sticking your claws in me? Cat's back. So she can see me moving my hand around. She thought I was waving at her. So yeah. I love you people. Y'all still have. Don't die. See y'all tomorrow night after BA's live stream. Okay. If he has one. If he doesn't, just watch for me to go live. Bye. Ow. What's wrong with you? You want to tell him bye? Say bye. What are you slapping? Very